Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. This is Captain Commando and I've zoomed this right in, and there's a reason for that. So guys, today we are looking at the Analogue Pocket, which is one of my favorite FPGA gaming devices. It's like the FPGA Nintendo Switch. It's a hybrid, right? You can play it on the go, or you can connect it to a dock and connect it to a large display. Now the Analogue Pocket only puts out 1080p maximum, so when you want to get like a 4K visual or visual effects going, you need to combine it with an upscaler. So we're going to combine it with the Morph4K from PixelFX, and the results are absolutely fabulous. Now I'm starting with scan lines here, and this is the only time we're going to see this in a video, because when I'm generally running scan lines, unless I'm really zooming it in, the effect by the time it goes through my capture card and you guys are watching it on YouTube, it loses a lot of that integrity. So in order to kind of get that, you can have a very good effect if you're doing it and playing it at home, but if you're making videos, it's not that great. So what we're going to focus on is just the vanilla effect, taking that raw image from what we're going to do, we'll have a look. We're going to take it from 224 240p all the way up to 4K, and the results are absolutely fabulous when even running the vanilla upscale without any effects. So guys, before we get into this, if you love FPGA gaming and the kind of stuff I'll do, especially arcade games, then hey, why not subscribe to the channel? If you really love this stuff, then press that like button and turn on those notification bells. And if you haven't played Captain Commando on the CPS1 core, it is fantastic. Anyway, now let's have a look at some raw images and we'll test out a few cores. So if you've got any feedback, sweat, suggestions, comments, leave them in the comments below. So here we are on the Analogue Pocket using like the normal screen fitting mode. I generally play like this on handheld, but hey, in order to get better visuals, let's do some stuff. So whenever you are using the Morph4K with the Analogue Pocket, as a general rule, there may be some exceptions, but generally this is what you're going to be doing. So go over to the menu, go into core settings, go to display mode, go to mode settings, and in the size option, what you want to do is you want to change it from fit, which kind of takes up the whole screen but preserves the aspect ratio. You want to go for integer scaling, not integer plus. We just want to go for the simple integer. Let's now go back to the game, and it kind of gives us this little box view. Now if I bring up the menu for the Morph4K with this lovely remote control that you get with it, I really like it. It's very light and very easy to use. So moving it right brings up this menu over here. Now if we go to profiles, there are lots and lots of community profiles, and there are always more being made, and you can always tinker with any profile that's out there if you want to adjust it to your liking. So we're going to go to this profile here, and when we go to profile, you're going to see a section there called Analogue Pocket, and this is what we are going to do. In Analogue Pocket, we've got Gore. Gore is a community member that releases lots and lots of profiles, and their profiles are absolutely top notch. So let's go into Gore, and over here we want to go to arcade. And we're going to arcade, multi-arcade system, and within this we're going to find Capcom CPS system. So there's lots and lots of cores made, lots and lots of presets made, pretty much everything is covered, right? So if you've got HDR display, you can have that CRT effect with the scan lines. The one we looked at the beginning of this video before I went full screen was CPS CRT SDR, right? And that zoomed in looked really nice, right? But we're not going to look at that. Let's just upscale the clean image, right? Let's do a clean upscale. So right now it's going from 1080p to 4K, but once we load up this preset, watch what happens. You're going to see the screen go black for a second, and I'm not going to edit anything out, so you guys get a good idea of exactly how everything happens. And the rest of it, like, I'll just show you the footage, right? As you can see over here, it's gone to 384 to 224p. All the way up to 2160 4K. Now what this means is, whereas your Analogue Pocket is upscaling to 1080p, and then the upscaler previously was going from 1080p to 4K, this is actually running the game at its native resolution, and then you're getting the Morph4K, a dedicated upscaler to do the heavy lifting. And guys, it just looks absolutely superb. Let me just get out so you can have a good look. And what I'll do, guys, is I will zoom this in a little by little, and you guys can see exactly how nice and clean this image is. Now generally when I'm doing streams and videos on YouTube, this is what I like going for, because if I use scan lines, if you're watching it on a small screen, it's terrible. I actually recommend watching this video on the largest screen that you can get hold of, preferably in 4K, to kind of get the best visual effects out there. For any content creators out there, if you want to upgrade your channel to 4K with legacy devices or even HDMI devices that are only outputting to 1080p, then the Morph 4K is fantastic. I'd avoid using scan lines, any shadow masks, any kind of visual effects on YouTube, because it really does butcher them. If you use the vanilla image, it just looks superb. Well, you can see it right over here. What I've done here now is I've zoomed it in a little bit. It's still that vanilla image, and you can see even when it's zoomed in quite a bit, it does look really, really cool. It's very, very cool playing this stuff in 4K. Yeah, you're gonna see like part of his head missing and everything, but hey, I'm just trying to zoom in over here. But there you go, guys. There you've got Ninja Commando. By the way, play Captain Commando. Here's a little fun fact. Captain Commando was actually set in the future in the year 2026. I just realized we are now in the year 2026. This is Metro City, the same city from Final Fight, in the year 2026. And is it like this? I'm not sure. I haven't seen any cavemen or dinosaurs around. Actually, scratch that. I've seen some cavemen around, just no freaking dinosaurs. So now going from CPS1, we are now going over to the Super Nintendo core. And this is again how I usually play it in handheld mode, fitting so it takes up as much as the real estate, so I can have like a bigger screen, more for me to have a look at. But hey, we want the best visual quality in 4K now, and let's just go into this again. So the first thing again, what we want to do, guys, just as a reminder, core settings, display mode, mode settings, size, and let's change that to integer again. Absolutely superb. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's press right and have a look at profiles. And here we are, profiles now. So when we go into Analogue Pocket, we are going to find something for the Super Nintendo. There you go. We've got SNES and SFC down there. Now, as standard, it's got like the CRT profiles, but again, we're going for that clean image. So let's press this. And again, this is the last time I'm going to show this. I just want you guys to get an understanding of how to get these profiles and how to use these quickly. And here we go, guys. We have now got this running from 224p all the way up to 4K, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. So Super Mario World, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have played it. If you haven't, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best platforming game of all time. I absolutely love it. So just to give you a little bit of a comparison here, I know I said I wasn't going to use any visual effects, but the one for the Game Boy is outstanding, and I think it's gonna look decent even via YouTube. So this is Analogue's kind of native DMG filter that you can use here. Let me just cycle through a different one. There you go, original GBP, and the one that I like using is original Game Boy DMG. But guys, having the one or using the preset that's available via the Morph, when I show it to you guys, you are gonna be gobsmacked. It looks so darn good. Don't get me wrong, guys, I like the one on the Analogue Pocket. I've loved it for a long time because I have a lot of nostalgia for this green screen. But the one that the Morph gives, oh wow, if you're a DMG fan like me, well, let me know what you think in the comments. So now we are going from 144p all the way up to 4K. And guys, look at this. Let me remove that off there. As soon as I played this for the first time on the Morph 4K, I was blown away. Like, guys, I love what the Analogue Pocket does. But man, the Morph 4K actually really reminds me of my Game Boy DMG screen. It wasn't as sharp as what the Analogue Pocket makes it look. It was kind of worn out, and it reminded me closer to the look that we're getting now. So I was super chuffed about this. In fact, this is one of my favorite effects on the Morph 4K. The way the colors are worn out and everything. Now, I know I'm colorblind, so you might look at this and think, Pixel, what the heck are you speaking about? But I guess a lot of this can be subjective, but at least to me, as soon as I played this, I got nostalgia for my Game Boy. Now, given I kind of prefer playing this in a handheld way anyway, but hey, I do like streaming and you guys watching, and this just looks absolutely superb. So now having a look at NEO-GEO, we're going from 224p all the way up to 4K, and guys, it just looks absolutely fabulous. Love the look of this game. This is Last Blade 2, very, very stylish intro, and the gameplay for this is fantastic. I've always liked this game, but I've never ever been able to find anyone else within my like FGC circle that actually plays this. I have one friend that kind of dabbled with it. We had a couple of games, but this is a game I feel like I really, really want to learn. But NEO-GEO on the Analogue Pocket combined with this upscaler just looks absolutely superb. I mean, NEO-GEO has always looked good. And now it just looks even better. I mean, wow, just have a look at that. So if you want to get yourself up to 4K, guys, this is a really, really good way of doing it. I personally feel like the Analogue Pocket just looks superb like this. Absolutely amazing. I wanted to have a look at another game on the NEO-GEO, and there's a lot of shmups out there, and I like many, many of them, and this is one of the heaviest hitting ones out there. There you go, you can see it on screen. It's called Blazing Star. It's fantastic. Definitely recommend this game. Play it. It looks beautiful in any form. Whether you're, well, if you're playing it on a CRT, it does look freaking amazing, but in 4K, it just looks so darn good. Now let's take a quick look at the PC Engine. This is one of my favorite systems of all time, and again, it just looks absolutely superb. The Analogue Pocket PC Engine core is fantastic. It kind of reminds me of having a PC Engine GT because I never had one of those as a kid, and playing it on there, I guess that's the closest experience I'll ever have to it. I mean, I love the PC Engine growing up. It's one of my favorite consoles, and the PC Engine GT was always a dream of mine, just to have those fantastic games on the go. Never got it, but hey, on the Analogue Pocket, I can do it now, and guess what? We can upscale it now with the Morph 4K. Never got that thing with that kind of butt head thing going, man. I mean, you got a butt crack for a head. The Famicom, the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the original Nintendo as some people like to call it. Again, it just works really, really well. In this game here, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's Spy versus Spy. A big shout out to anyone that remembers Mad Magazine. That was a good magazine. You remember in there, they had that little piece where you folded the page and one picture became another picture. Absolutely fantastic. I think I need to get a digital download of those and go through the magazines. I, in particular, used to like Guru the Wanderer. But yeah, if you've got friends around, play some Spy versus Spy. Banging game, and hey, NES on the Analogue Pocket with the Morph 4K, well, it looks really, really good. Do you guys remember those adverts? We had them here in the UK in all the magazines, all the gaming magazines, early 90s and even the late 80s. And it was a TV saying, do me a favor, plug me into a Sega. Well, guess what? Now that Sega or the Analogue Pocket is saying, do me a favor, plug me into a Morph 4K before you plug that Morph 4K into a TV. Now, here we have the Genesis core, and it is well, we haven't actually run a preset yet. We've got this connected to the Morph 4K. It's going from 1080p to 4K, and it does look really, really good. Everything looks absolutely fab. But here's something really, really funny. Now, this could just be me, guys. Remember, I'm colorblind, but something's looking off to me over here. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the Morph 4K. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your Analogue Pocket. The thing is, it's always a work in progress. Sometimes there's bugs, sometimes there could be some visual issues, and it is stuff that can be worked on. So let me go over here, Analogue Pocket core, and I'm going to go down to the Sega Genesis Mega Drive one. And when the stage is running, I don't know, something's not looking quite right to me. And all right, let's go. So we are going to go. So we can see the initial image there is 224p. So the closest one to it is going to be 256. So let's run that one over here. Now it's going to take a second. Again, real time over here. You can see by the time it swaps over and it comes quicker on my TV. It takes another like 3 seconds before it comes onto my capture card. But when you look at the background there where Sonic is, I don't know, it's just not looking right to me. It feels a little bit jerky. Guys, PixelFX have a fantastic Discord server, very, very friendly and helpful people over there. So if you're running a preset and you're concerned about something, you can go over there, ask, post screenshots, post your videos. So I'm going to speak to Gore about this after I've kind of filmed this video. But yeah, just something not right there with the stage. It could just be me. Maybe it needs some effects or something. But at least to me, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here for the Mega Drive. I actually prefer the 1080p to 4K upscale rather than what we got here, which will be a 224p all the way up to 4K. So yeah, interesting stuff, and it's always nice to see progress. So I'm going to kind of check back on this later to see if I don't know, there's just something just off here. I don't know if you can see it. For me, something is feeling off. So this is the final game we're going to have a look at, and this is Toki, a favorite of mine in the arcade. I absolutely smashed it. It's a classic love story. Man loves woman, bad dude nicks your woman, turns you into a monkey, and you have to rescue her. So anyway, let's go. So one thing I really like about this, well, among many other things, is going into the presets here again, and there's lots and lots already up there with more and more always being added. So for the Analogue Pocket, GAW, arcade, arcade. Right, here we go. Let me press that. Now let's go down to the letter T, and there you go. We have got a preset already ready for Toki. So let's apply that, and we should get, well, here we go. Now we're going from again 224p all the way up to 4K. So guys, if you're interested in a Morph 4K, it's a fantastic device. One thing I have to say about the Morph team, they're not as present on social media, so a lot of people haven't actually heard of this, but man, it is so cost effective, right? It's $375 US, I think, with free delivery, and that covers, I think, like one analog bridge, so you can pick out of different analog kind of inputs. So the one I use has got SCART component, composite, as well as S-video, but you can change those bridges. It's very, very modular. It's very, very cheap, and they often have like a 10% off sale, so you know, you can get like $37.50 off that as well and get it. I'm really happy with this, guys, and you know, I complete kind of disclosure, transparency here, I got one free from them, and all they said to me was make some videos for it, and I've really, really been enjoying taking my channel up to 4K. It's not something I ever thought I needed, but I kind of got it for the channel, and now I'm like, wow, how did I ever live without this for so long? You know, I'm running so many different systems on there, not just my Mister, not just my Analogue Pocket, but stuff like, well, I've bought a Dreamcast, I've bought a PlayStation 2 since getting this. I'm running that on here and it looks superb. As well as that, I dug out my Wii and Wii U, and I'm playing all that stuff on there because I never really had a convenient way of playing those analog systems before. So as well as using the Analogue Pocket, which was the purpose of this video, it's a very, very versatile machine that's fantastic. It's very, very powerful. It can be as simple as you want, or it can be as complex as you like, depending on what you want from it. Anyway, guys, I want to end the video here. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up, subscription, all that good stuff, super duper appreciated. This is the ape from Toki and Pixel Cherry Ninja out.